Welcome to the 2026 All-American Games Selection Show #1. I'm your host, Kim Hatcher. I'm National Programs Director #1.
And I'm also your host, Holly Jones, your National Programs Director #2. This is our first of 3 selection shows, so we're really excited to come here and showcase all these athletes from our first 10 tryouts.
Yep, we still have 18 on the horizon, but we are so excited to just showcase these first 10 tryouts worth of athletes. The All-American Games program has been around since 2015. So we are on a year 11. Last year was our birthday year, which was a lot of fun. But it has been a while. We used to be a program at Disney. We used to be at the Disney Fields.
Yep, we played at the ESPN Wide World of Sports in Orlando on Disney property, and it was awesome. Yep. The program has grown so much since then, since USSSA moved the headquarters from Orlando over to Vieira. We now have the beautiful Space Coast Complex in Vieira, Florida, and we are so lucky to be here. Our complex is one of the most beautiful I've ever seen, and we travel quite a bit. So we've seen lots of complexes. We're very lucky to be here, so we're really excited for all of you to eventually come here and play in the All-American Games.
A little bit about Holly and I. We've coached in the program. I started coaching here in 2017, and then I pretty much have coached in every program, an individual program. And then you've been here 1 year longer, but then you didn't coach as many programs.
Yeah, I started coaching with AAG in 2016, the year after it started. And, we were still at Disney, so that was a really cool experience. But getting to move over here and coach in the Summer All-American Games and then eventually the Winter All-American Games, which is no longer a program now that we've moved on to National All-State. But the Summer All-American Games was something I looked forward to every single year. I coached in it for 9 years straight before eventually coming on with Kim as a programs director. So it's my favorite thing ever. I've told you guys that.
So fun.
Repeatedly. It's the best.
All right, let's head on to the 9 new selections.
Congratulations to all of our 9 new selections. We announced our DIs pretty soon after the scores were released, and now our open bracket athletes just found out that they made the games. The 9Us have a special place in my heart. I was always coaching the 9U and the 10U division. We call them the Littles. They are so precious, but so full of talent. And what we look for at the tryouts really is how coachable they are and their potential as they move on throughout their careers, especially since they're just at the beginning. But, the girls selected, congratulations. This is a huge honor for all of you. And just across the board, all the age divisions, huge honor. Whether you're a direct invite or part of the open bracket, this is huge for you, so congratulations. But, Kim, can you explain direct invite versus open? I know that's a hot topic.
Yeah, so we have 2 brackets at the games. This is something we started, I think, 5 or 6 years ago. The point was for those higher level athletes to have a place and those athletes that still are good athletes to have a place as well. So our direct invites, those athletes know immediately after a tryout. They are the highest scoring at a tryout. They overall are the highest scoring. So not just the best pitcher, not just the best hitter. They overall have to be a well-rounded athlete, which I like. I mean, you should be a well-rounded athlete. So that's really important. Those athletes also got individual graphics right after, so that was kind of fun and special for them to be and to have.
Yep.
But our open invites, so those athletes still scored well. They still hit a minimum. We don't take every athlete.
Right.
I want these athletes to feel special that they got selected, and it wasn't just everybody got an invite. So open, they still scored well. They still hit that minimum that we need, and we still want them to come to our games. And our open invite bracket is actually the biggest.
Oh, it's still so competitive. You know, you think direct invite and you think that it's the best of the best, and the open bracket is not, and that is not the case at all. Our program as a whole is very competitive, and some of our best games are in the open bracket. So we're really excited for all of you 9U players to come. Now let's check out our 10U selections.
Congratulations, 10U selections. Awesome to see all those names and athletes. I honestly, when I see those kids pop up, I go, I remember those tryouts.
Yes.
So it's fun to see. But let's talk about the games itself. Holly, what happens day one?
Day one is our biggest day. Most people will fly in either the day before, morning of, totally fine. Everything starts midday, usually day one, usually around 1 o'clock, noon or 1 o'clock. And what happens there is we all set up for check-in. That's where athletes get their swag bags. Swag bags. Their jerseys. They get to come and hang out with us again as their directors. They see us at check-in. And then there are a lot of festivities around the complex. We'll be having a skills challenge. So you guys pretty much get to test your metrics once again. You know, you did them at the tryout, and now you'll get to do it again with all of the athletes that made it. So that's super cool. And there are food trucks, some fun activities. Sometimes there's music playing. We got a DJ down there occasionally. And get to mingle with all the other athletes that come. And then later in the day, we have our Parade of Champions.
Favorite.
We love the parade. That's where we all get to come out onto the main stadium, our beautiful main stadium here in Vieira. A huge celebration for all of you guys that made it. Your parents are all there sitting in the stands cheering you on. We get to announce the team names. Everybody gets to cheer and run out and do a fun little dance while you're walking in, you know.
Ooh, and honestly, the one thing that I think of when I think opening ceremony is sunset, because it's
sunset.
The sun is setting.
Yes.
And gorgeous views. You're in the stadium. You're with all these athletes. It is just, the atmosphere is electric.
I love a good sunset. Now let's check out our 11U selections. all of our 11 new selections. This is huge. Now, Kim, let's talk about running tryouts in general. Now, you handle a lot of the logistics. Tell me what goes into it.
So I definitely have a numbers and a data background, and running these tryouts I enjoy so much, but every single one is different. So at its core, a tryout, we usually will break the athletes onto each field, and we'll group together athletes that have the same ball size or the same mound distance. But then if we need to go inside, we need to change that. So now we need to start thinking, okay, can we use cages? Can we use a turf area? Can we use an additional turf area? And then even more difficult than that, we just had our Longwood tryout this weekend. We have county restrictions in, I think it's Seminole County. We have county restrictions. We can't have more than 30 athletes on a field. So how do we run athletic testing, which will only have 2 sets of the equipment? How do we run that efficiently, but also split the kids up efficiently and make sure mound distances aren't wildly different on the same field, but also make sure ages aren't crazy different.
Yes.
There's a lot that goes into it. I think you kind of will see my Excel documents and go, I'm not touching that.
Yeah, I do words. Kim does numbers. I do words.
But it is something that goes into a lot. I like to plan out exactly how many pitchers and catchers we're going to have, exactly how many outfielders we're going to have, because that's really important to make sure we get through a tryout efficiently. And we talk about, was that tryout efficient? How can we do better? Because we want to do better. Every single time, even if a tryout was the smoothest we've ever seen, was there something we could have done even a little better? Was it a check-in process? Did check-in run a little longer than we think it should have been? We always, always, always want to get better.
Always trying to improve no matter what. We want to make it a great experience for the athletes at all points of the tryout, before, during, and after. Speaking of, we got our 12U selections. Check them out.
Congratulations, 12 new selections. All right, Holly, we've gone through 10 tryouts already this year. So many things have happened. We've had over 800 athletes try out, which is
That's
amazing.
insane. We love it.
Let's talk about the tryouts itself. What was your favorite tryout?
That one's tough. Of the 10 so far, and I know I said this last year, but I really do love the Colorado tryouts. This one, we tripled our numbers from last year with these athletes. So we've got a new director out there, and she's doing an amazing job. All the athletes have come on board. We'd love our USSSA presence out there in Colorado. The views are amazing. The weather was awesome. And I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better just atmosphere in general.
Yeah.
Everybody showed up. They showed out. It was awesome. What about you?
Oh my goodness. My thing changes every year because it's like different aspects of the tryout that I love so much. But I gotta say, when I am in a happy mood, I just think of Midland, Texas, because my field, I had the 13-14s, and I was joking that they bullied me the whole time, but we had such a fun time. We definitely got our stuff done, and they were focused, but in between, when I was trying to transition to the next thing we were doing, we were laughing. It was very relaxed. I hope the athletes felt that way, because I felt relaxed even in evaluating them.
Yeah.
So that was definitely my favorite. Even right now, I feel giddy right now because that was so fun and just reminded me of why I do this.
That's perfect. And we love that you said relaxed.
Yeah.
Because it's important that all the athletes feel relaxed, all the parents feel relaxed, because this is it. We don't want anybody to come in super nervous and really tight with their movements. We want them to stay relaxed and play the game that they love. And if we can play a small part in that by letting them bully us or just laughing with them, I think that's super important.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
When athletes make me laugh, they stand out to me. We had one athlete come to us in Pittsburgh, to every station apparently, but I didn't know this at the time. We would ask her number and reiterate her name, and she'd go, "The one and only." And we were like, "Yeah, yeah, you are."
Yes, bring the energy.
Yeah, we're like, "Okay, now you can sprint. Go ahead." It was awesome. We love it. But now it's time. 13 new selections. Here we go.
Awesome job, 13U. Okay, I have some FAQ questions from parents, and Holly, if you want to try to give me some answers.
Yep.
The first question I have is, who is evaluating my athlete?
Your directors are, as well as some high-level coaches. So we have trusted coaches that have participated in the games before, and some of you may even see them this summer. They know exactly what we're looking for. They are high-level coaches, whether they coach high school, college, high-level travel ball. And that's a huge thing, is having some of our college coaches come out here.
Yes.
And then some select tryouts actually have some professional softball players. You know, we've had, who do we have?
Jalen Ford, Jesse Warren, Shelby Penley.
Yes. Previous years, we've had a crazy amount of professional softball players, and this year too. So there are trusted people. And we also have some volunteers at the tryout. They're not the ones evaluating. Sometimes they will help us with our metrics and writing down some of the speeds. But as far as evaluations go, those are our trusted coaches.
Awesome. Next question. I have, how many reps do they get at a tryout?
They get 10 swings. And then as far as defensive reps, they get 7 balls at their position. So we, as high-level evaluators, can see everything we need to know within 3 or 4, maybe even 5 reps. So
Yes.
You guys are getting plenty of reps. We can see everything we need to see with your mechanics and your body language and how you perform within those reps. But
I think to slide in right there, sometimes I will ask for 2 more or
Oh, yeah.
1 more, or hey, can you hit a backhand to her? Because I
Yes.
just want to see something. I'm looking for something. I want to see if it's there. So I will definitely ask. And I also do it with pitching.
Yes.
If I just want to see the screwball again because I can't quite figure out something is slightly off, I need to figure it out. We'll definitely have the athletes go more if we feel like we can't find something. But most of the time we can figure it out rather quickly.
yes. And so it is pretty much up to the evaluator's discretion, because I do the same thing with pitching. I used to be a pitcher myself, so there are certain things that I'm looking for. Like if I give an instruction and I'm like, try this pitch again. You know, sometimes the athletes may go over their allotted reps, but that's because we want to see something specific to give them a better score or a proper comment.
Yeah. Last question. How will I find any information? How will I find any information about the tryouts?
So all of that is going to be on our website, on those event pages on our website. And you can follow us on Facebook. You can check out the U-Trip Fast Pitch Instagram. We have a lot of stuff on our social media as well as website.
Yeah, so a lot of it can be found online. So even a quick Google search if you're not quite hearing back from Holly and I very quickly, as well as emails. We send the pre-tryout email
Yes.
24 hours beforehand. So 24 hours, you're going to get that email. And if you haven't received it yet, you can shoot us a message, or all the information's on the event pages.
It is. All of that information that I send to you in the email is also on the event page. So luckily it's out there if you hadn't heard from us, but it is out there. Google is your friend.
All right, let's hit it to the last set of selections, the 14U.
Congrats, 14U. That is our last age bracket. That's awesome. Congratulations.
I gotta say, it is so good to be back. I had a baby last year, so definitely wasn't able to travel or see these athletes. And I can tell you, from our first tryout in Covington to our last tryout in Columbus, it has been amazing to be back and just see these athletes perform and love the sport as much as I love the sport.
Absolutely.
But
Love the sport, love the program. Thank you for coming back. Last year was crazy by myself, so Dream team back together again. You guys get to see us at most tryouts working together. So we are super excited to continue on. And congratulations again to everybody. Now, everyone that made it, what's next? What's the next step?
So an email is going to be sent out tonight. It'll probably be a little sporadic just with the ages. So it will come to you tonight. The email is going to have your athlete's name. It will have their roster age. That is the age they're going to be playing for the All-American Games. And then it's also going to have their region. We're taking the region from the address on file. So if you used a different address, but that's not where you live, please make sure we get that corrected so we can make sure we order the correct jersey. So very important. But that will be with you tonight. And if you don't get an email, feel free to shoot Holly and I our message.
Yes. Now we have 18 tryouts left for the spring. Up next, where are we going?
Louisiana, we're going to Baton Rouge, and we're going to Athens, Alabama.
Yes, we are.
Staying in the South.
Staying in the South. It won't be cold.
Thank goodness. Oh, goodness.
But 18 tryouts left. We're excited to continue to stay out there, keep traveling. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
We have so much fun on the road. We have so much fun meeting all of you. So we're really excited. Make sure if you are looking to attend another tryout, you check out our website. And our next selection show, when's that going to be?
Next selection show is going to be April 29th.
Perfect. We can't wait to see you guys then. We'll see you on the road. We'll see you this summer.
Thanks for coming out.
See ya.